Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Onward to Venus. Onward to Venus is a game from designer Martin Wallace from his company Tree Frog Games. Plays 2 to 5 players. I don't know what the time is on the box, but it's kind of long, so I would say 2 hours probably for a short game. And what you're trying to do is you're basically these different factions of Earth-like civilizations, so Russia, France, England, America, and I can't remember the other one. And you're trying to just assert dominance over all the planets that are out in the solar system. And the way you're doing that is through some interesting area control, through some card play, and you know, it's a pretty straightforward game, but the way that some of the mechanisms work are interesting. So let's just go down to the table, check it out. All right, so here's a game of Onward to Venus, all set up for 3 players. To set up, you're going to put the planets out in this order. They're normally go in a straight line like this, but to save some room, I've kind of curved it just so it fits on my camera a little bit better. But they'll go like this. Then based on the number of players, you're going to put a certain amount of tokens out on each of the planets, which I've done. So 3 on Earth, 3 on Mars, 3 on the Moon, 3 on Venus, 3 on Mercury, and 2 on each of the smaller planets in a 3-player game. Then each player is going to get all these pieces in their color. I have the limited edition version, so this is nice wooden bits for all the pieces. But you're going to put, each player is going to put a factory out on Earth, 2 spaceships, and 4 infantry, and the infantry are these cool like laser guns, which is pretty cool. And then each player is going to get 11 or 12 bucks, and we'll pick a first player, which I did here. It will be red, and each player will also get 2. They'll start with 4 of their own color cards and 2 game cards from the top of the deck, and that's it. And you'll set up the pass card over here with 5 cubes. It's the number of players plus 2. And the 3 dice can set aside, and we're ready to go. I'm not going to explain what all the tokens do until we get there and we take the action. So on your turn, you're going to take an action. An action is you could move. You could take a spaceship and any number of infantry that you want and move up to 2 spaces. If you move less than 2 spaces, you can also claim a tile, and we'll get into that when we do it. You could use an action on the card. So for example, I have this card. I could use that for that action. Take the action of the card, discard the card. That's my turn. I can take a pass cube. So I could take one of these cubes over here. It's basically going to speed up the round, and I could draw a card when I take one of those cubes. Or the most important thing, well, one of the most important things is you can build additional military units. And the cost, I always forget, it is infantry are $2, and they can only be built on Earth because that's where humans come from. Spaceships are $4, and they can be built anywhere you have a factory. So right now, just Earth. And tanks, which are these pieces right here, are $3, I believe. Yes, and can also be built wherever you have a factory. So right now, that's only Earth. But as the game goes on, we'll have factories on different planets. So spaceships and tanks can be built in factories. Infantry always has to be built on Earth. That's kind of, and that's the actions you can do. You can also take free actions on your turn. A card could say free action on it, and it's something you can do in addition to your main action. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So red is first. They're going to take a turn, and I think what we want to do is, let's see. I'm actually going to try to come down to Earth and take over a mine. So I'm not moving. All I want to do is try to claim a tile. So what happens here? First thing you're going to do is when it's a mine, when it's a tile that has a silver steel box in the bottom, you have to roll these 3 dice. So you roll the dice, you take out the middle value, so this is 0, 5. So now this value is 9. It's 4 plus 5. So we have a 9. So I need to get 9 military power down here to take over that mine. So let's see here. So I'll do all 4 of these guys. 4, 6, 9. I did 9. You can play any card as long as it doesn't say action on it as extra stuff that you're playing. So I spent 5 plus my 4 infantry. Each infantry person has 1, and I now have completed this mine. So I take this tile off. It goes to a discard pile. And then I will put a mine up there on Earth. Factories and mines are going to provide income at the end of the round, and they're also going to assist for area control at the end of the game. At the end of 3 rounds, whoever produces the most income on a planet scores the highest amount of points. If there's a tie, everyone gets the highest amount of points. Then, because I rolled this skull and crossbones, I have to kill one of the units that I put down on... Oh, that's not me. I'm not blue. Just kidding. So I need to put the red guys down. The red down. So we got these 4 guns down here. That's what I put down on the planet. And because I rolled the skull and crossbones, I have to kill one. So I'll kill one out of the game, or back to my supply, and that's the end of my turn. So then it will be green player's turn. I know it wouldn't go that way, but that's just how we're doing it. So green player is going to look at their cards and see what they have good. Ooh, okay, and I think we're going to move to another planet and try to do some stuff. So green is going to fly over here with 2 infantry. You can have 2 movement, but because we're only moving 1, we can now claim a tile. And we want to claim this factory. So you have to send 1 unit, at least 1 unit, for a tile that doesn't have the steel number on the side to claim the token. So I'll take the factory tile, discard it, and green will take one of their factories, put it on Venus. So now they are in control of Venus for the time being. And that's their turn. No additional cards they can play, so they're done. All right, and then blue, what do they want to do? I think blue is going to... They're going to come down to the moon, I think. How much is the moon worth? 9. Yeah, they're going to head down to the moon. So they're going to take a spaceship and 3 infantry down to the moon. And they're going to try to take over this mine. So they're going to have to roll the dice. All right, so we got 3, 6, 6, take out a 6. So this is going to add 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. Add it to that 2, that'll be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'll leave the spaceship out. So that's 3 plus 2 extra attack. That's 5. We pop that. We get to put a mine up. All right. That was that, and this card gets discarded. Okay, and now we're going back to red. Red is going to build some troops. So we're going to build an infantry, which is 2, and a spaceship, which is 4. That'll be $6. So spaceship and infantry, and that's their turn. That's all you can do in your turn, unless you have cards that let you do other things. Back to green. Green is going to, and I feel like they need to do, they have a whole bunch of stuff still. Let's, ooh. They're going to come over to Mars with 3, and they want to set up a factory. So they'll send down 1 infantry, take this factory tile out of the game, and put up a factory on Mars. So now they're in control of Mars. Then the blue. Blue is going to... They want to set up another factory. So I think they're going to move 2. 1, 2 over to here. They're going to come down here, and they're going to build a factory on Ganymede. Okay, that's that. Back to red. Red is going to... I think red's going to fly over to here with all of their people, and they're going to try to take over this mine. That's a 3. So we need the dice. All right, so we have a 4, 6, 6. So 6 minus 4 is 2. This mine is 5. So we will do, send all of them down. That's 4 plus this. That's 5 because the spaceship's worth 1 attack, and infantry is worth 1, and a tank is worth 2. So that's 5 because it's 4 plus 1. And we'll take this mine off, put a red mine up on this planet. All right. And that is red's turn. Then green needs to build some stuff, I think. So green is going to build a tank over here, and a tank costs 3. So 3 and an infantry, and we'll build a spaceship over there, so that'll be 7 total. So we're going to build a tank and a spaceship over here because we have a factory, and we like that. And there's nothing else that we want to do right now. So back to blue. Blue is, they're going to take down the spaceship and they're going to draw 2 cards. You have a hand limit of 9 cards. I think 8 or 9 cards. I think it's 9. But either way, I'm not close. So I draw 2 cards. Now I have 2 new cards in my hand. That's good. That's my turn. Back to red. Red is going to pass, so they'll take a pass cube. They'll draw a card. Green is going to, they're going to move. Ooh, dang, man. I can't move the tank. You can't fly the tank unless you have a card that specifically says you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly all of these over to here, send down an infantry, and set up a factory on Titan for green. Okay, then we're back to blue. Blue is going to build a spaceship and an infantry, which is 6 on Earth. Spaceship, infantry, where's my spaceship? There it is, on Earth, and then they're done. Okay, back to red. They're going to pass again. Draw a card. Green is going to try to take over that mine. It's a 1. They have 2 spaceships, so let's see what happens. Actually, no, they're not going to do that. They're going to move over here with 1 spaceship, come down here and claim this big game tile. Doesn't cost anything but 1, but it's worth 1 point. So they now have a point at the end of the game. All right, and then it's blue's turn. Blue, I think, is, they have 7 cards. They're going to move down here for 1, and they'll send infantry down here to draw 2 cards. Okay. And then it's red's turn. Red is, ooh, they're going to do this. They're going to play this action card, take $3. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Then green, I believe green is going to, they're going to try to take over this mine. So they're going to roll on Venus. So they have a 5 spread, so they need to have 9. So this is 2. All spaceships are worth 2, so that's 3. Infantry are worth 2, that's 4. 6. And let's re-roll one of these. Let's re-roll them all, actually. Okay, that's good. So now I just need to be at 8 instead. And I'll re-roll again. There we go. There we go. So that's 2. 2 plus 4 is 6, and I think I'm at 6, so we're at 2 attack. Every infantry is worth 2, that's 4. Every spaceship's worth 2, that's 6. Good to go. All right. We used a lot of cards for that. But we now have another mine. Oh, not there. Here. So we have a mine. That's 6. Done. All right, so now it's blue's turn. I think blue's just going to pass. There's nothing else they really want to do right now. Well, they're going to do this. They'll take a free action, which will let them pass. And let them draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they will take another pass cube, draw a card, and then they have to discard down to down 1. So let's do this one. Okay, that's their turn. Red is going to take the last pass cube, and they get a draw card. All right, and that's the end of the round. All right, so the round ends when all the pass cubes are gone. Then what happens is we're going to look at all the crisis tiles that are out here. So there's one here, and there's one here. Any crisis tiles that have the skull and crossbones, we have to roll to see how bad that crisis gets. So we roll all 3 dice. We only have no skull and crossbones, so a level 1 on Earth. Level 1 crisis on Earth is no effect, so nothing bad happens, but something bad could happen. If there were any others with skulls and crossbones, we would have to solve them as well, but we already sorted that out. Next, every factory in mine is going to produce income, so we'll start at Mercury and go this way. Nothing here. Venus, green, has a factory and a mine. A mine produces 3 coins, a factory produces 2, so green gets $5. Moon has a mine from blue, so blue gets $3. Earth has a factory and a mine for red, so that's 5. A factory for green, which is 2. And a factory for blue, which is 2. Okay, then over here we have a factory for green, which is 2. We have a mine for red, which is 3. Let's take a 2 back. Okay, and then we have, what is this? We have a factory over here for blue, which is 2. And then we have a factory over there for green, which is 2. Okay, then after that, we're going to take all the units that are still alive, put them back in orbit so they can be used again at the planet that they're on. So you need to make sure, just for the sake of how close the table is, I'm going to try to move some stuff different places. And then the tank's still there. All these come back up here. There, 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 and there. All right, then you're going to refill the tiles to the appropriate number. So we got 3 here. 3 on Earth. Ooh, another crisis. That's bad news. 3 on the moon. 3 on Mars. 2 on Ganymede, and if a crisis comes out on Ganymede, you put it back because nothing interesting ever happens on Ganymede. 2 over here, and 2 over here. All right, and then you're going to keep playing, and you'll put the pass cubes back. Whoever took the last pass cube is first place. I think it was red, so they would still be first player, and you'll keep going through that, just like that, through 2 more rounds. At the end of the 3rd round, you're going to see who has the most income production on each of the planets, and you're going to score that many points. So if this was the end of the game, green would get 10 points, blue would get 9 points, red would get 11, red would get 10, blue would get 4, green would get 6, and nobody would score over there. And then whoever has most points after all that is the winner. And that is how you play Onward to Venus. Let's go to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Onward to Venus. So first off, let's talk about some of these components. So I have the limited edition, which comes with all wooden bits. So it comes with these neat little spaceships. The infantry are sweet little laser guns. The mines look like mountains, sort of, with like a little hole in it. And the factories, well, they look like a factory. And this one also comes with wooden disc as the money. I'm not sure what the money was in the original, but that's 5. And that's the 1. And everything else I believe is the same. I also get Martin Wallace's signature, which is pretty cool, on a sticker that doesn't stick to anything. But that's beside the point. But yeah, I really love the wooden bits. The wooden bits make this game look amazing on the table. The standard game has like, all the pieces are like cardboard chits, and I don't know how I'd feel about seeing all that around the board, but seeing the factory and the infantry and the spaceships and the tanks. Oh, the tank is cool too. I didn't show you that, but that's the tank. Seeing all that around the board just looks really freaking cool, and I'm glad I have this version and not the standard edition. But all that aside, let's talk about the gameplay. For a Martin Wallace game, this is a pretty straightforward game. It's fairly simple. On your turn, you're going to take an action. You can move, you can claim a tile, you can buy more troops or infantry, you can take a pass cube, you can use an action on a card. That's it. And then once all the pass cubes are gone, we're going to go into the next round. All you're doing in this game is you're jockeying to have the most income on each of the planets to score the points at the end of the 3rd round. That seems easy enough, but as we saw in the video, crisis tiles are going to come out and make life a little more difficult. One thing I didn't show you is tension. Tension will let you actually take over other people's buildings. I didn't show that. I don't think it happens a ton, but that's the only real like in your face stuff. There's a couple cards where you can make people discard some of their troops that they bought, but that's not as mean as replacing a building. But most of it is just, hey, I'm going to get there first. I'm going to take a tile, try to score the most points. Some of the tiles are just points, like big game, weird alien little creatures. Points. If you defeat a crisis tile, like you can go there and fight the crisis tile. Points. So many ways to earn points in this game, and it's just you're trying to figure out the best way for you and your gameplay path to score those points. Maybe you want to take out, score all the little planets. Maybe you want to really focus on Earth and the Moon and then try to get points through other courses. A whole bunch of different ways you can score points, and I think that's cool. So for an area control game, it doesn't feel as mean as some, and it looks way more cool because of these bits. It's Martin Wallace. I'm a big Martin Wallace fan, so should be no surprise I like this one. And I'm going to give it a BGM accepted seal. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Onward to Venus from designer Martin Wallace and Tree Frog Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.